Fionn, so you're part of the Foróige Big Brother Big Sister programme. Tell us about that.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. So Big Brother Big Sister programme, it's kind of a youth mentoring programme, and it's all across the country. I think it's in 20 counties, and throughout the programme, there's around 2,500 young people, either through school or through communities that are in the programme. And, the whole concept of the programme really is that, you're paired with a little, I suppose, is what they're called.
A little?
A little, yeah. So,
right.
big brother, little brother kind of thing,
Okay.
or big sister, little sister. So you're paired with your little at the time, and then you commit for a year or so to giving them, at least an hour a week at the time.
And who are these littles? Are they from broken homes, disadvantaged areas? What qualifies them to be involved in the programme?
Yeah, it can be from anything. It can be from all those you mentioned. It can be, some can be, referred to the HSE or so. And sometimes, parents just kind of want, extra support for their child, or, a kind of another role model or another mentor maybe in their lives.
Would there be cases where there was a single parent, maybe? And
yeah, absolutely.
They might want some sort of older male in the person's life if it was a boy.
Exactly that. Exactly that. You know what I mean? And kind of, and for a lot of these kind of, for a lot of these children, it's a service or it's a chance for them to kind of confide in somebody that's not their family or not their friends, talk about what's going on in their lives and, and also,
how did you find out about it and why did you decide to do it?
Yeah, so I suppose I moved back to Galway around 5 years ago, and I guess kind of growing up, volunteering was always in my family anyway. My parents would have done it, and it was always kind of in the background. So I always would have been involved in it throughout my life. But then I kind of moved back to Galway around 5 years ago, and I'd heard this program before, and I just checked if there was one in Galway. There was, and I said I'd apply and see what happened. And you apply, and obviously the application process was vigorous enough, and you're guarded vetted, but it's really, really supportive, and it's really easy at the end of the day as well. And there's great support there from the program coordinators.
I find it funny, referring to somebody as a little, but that's the phraseology, is it? That's the way.
Yeah.
So how often do you speak to your little?
Yeah, so I guess, look, for the first year or so, you commit to kind of meeting them once a week for an hour.
Right.
And then, I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Same person?
Same person,
right.
Yeah. So I met my little, I suppose, when he was 12, and he's 17 now.
Okay.
And kind of, our relationship was kind of developing into friendship more than anything else now, which is great. And, you kind of, you adjust to how to suit the two of you, so say for us, we kind of, after a year or two, we both realised we like, going to cinema. So, we started going to cinema a lot, and, that gave us, time to talk before and afterwards. And, he introduced me to, say, the Marvel films, which I wouldn't have been accustomed to that well. But yeah, you develop it, and the most important thing is there that you kind of give them a kind of safe environment to talk to you and to give you and to ask for advice, to kind of steer them in the right way to make kind of positive decisions, I guess.
So you're a huge part of his life now.
Yeah, and vice versa, to be honest with you, Ray.
Yeah. Do you feel any responsibility, any pressure on your shoulders because of that?
Not really. I mean, look, I guess all I can do is, give him the kind of best advice that I can give him, really, to say if it comes to school or it comes to any relationship or anything like that, kind of steer him in the right way as much as possible. And, but also be there to support them as well, if they are going through any tough times or, or they're not sure about anything or have any problems, just to, be there and be kind of non-judgmental and, kind of, because, for a lot of kids growing up, there's stuff that happens in their lives which they don't want to talk to their parents about or they don't want to talk to their friends about. And so you're providing that alternative channel, I guess. And
is there ever any tension between you and the family, his family?
No, not at all. I mean, look, I think, I've been quite lucky, the parent of my little, we met her and, on the day one, and, she's been lovely and she's been really supportive throughout, and, everything goes through the parent, obviously, especially when they're younger, all the coordination and everything. But, no, look, I guess I've been very, very lucky with who I was matched with, and, there are a lot of success stories out there as well, which is from the programme.
And what do you do? What's your job?
Oh, so I work in finance.
You work in finance? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is quite different.
Very different. It can be a bit out of your comfort zone sometimes. But, it's good though.
Yeah.